If I'm gonna quit my job. Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you how a week as a crochet business owner looks like. I'm gonna take you with me while doing my daily tasks and talking a little bit about business in general, how it is for me, and just some thoughts. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Tinks. I'm a crochet pattern designer based in Italy. I recently got some messages from people asking me to talk a little bit more about my crochet business, and I thought, why not just share what I do in general, so people can see what a life as a crochet business owner looks like. Of course, that's just what my life looks like, but maybe you get inspired, or maybe you are currently thinking about starting a small business but don't know where to start, or maybe you already have a business and are watching this just to see how other people's lives looks like. And I'm really excited to show you a little bit about behind the scenes and just the daily stuff that I do that I normally don't talk about on the internet. So if you know me from my socials, you know that I share quite some things. But since a lot of people are interested in seeing a little bit more of this business situation, I'm more than happy to share more with you. So let's get into it. Good morning. It's 7:36 a.m. and I'm ready to start the day. What I'm gonna do now is I basically just plan everything that I want to get done this week, and we'll take you guys with me. If you have seen the video where I create this craft studio, you know how much I love this thing here. And I actually started using both the sides, where on this side I basically put down some long-term goals. For example, a little bit more complicated and time-consuming content, for example, patterns I want to publish that I didn't start yet, and of course tutorial, but those actually come more spontaneous to me, so I normally don't write anything there until I know exactly what I want to make, and then normally just do that the same day. But still, it's really helpful for me to keep track of everything that I do. I can always see how much I actually get done, because sometimes I just feel like I'm not good at what I do and I'm not getting anything done, and this helps me to remind myself that what I do is enough. But anyways, this is where I put my long-term goals, let's say, and on the other side it's still empty. What I want to do now is I want to plan this week fully, everything that I want to make. It's calendar week 22, I guess. I feel like that might be something really interesting to see. Basically just the things that I do as a small business owner. When someone says I own a business, it sounds like something very big and very serious, and I mean it is big and serious, but it's not as dramatic and as big as you would think. At least for me, it's just me, myself, and I. There's no one else who helps me do the things, so everything is a little slow. But still, it is a real business, it is something serious. Now I have to be honest, even though I don't do this very often, I want to do it now because I feel like that might be so much easier, not just for myself but also to organize this video. I feel like otherwise this video will get really chaotic, because as a small business owner, your life and every day is a little chaotic. So let me go ahead and plan this week. Okay, I'm kind of done with planning this week. This is what it looks like for now. I'm sure that there are gonna be some changes. So let's get ready and already start working on this to-do list. Now this angle is crazy, but I love that you can see so much of the room, at least half of it, and at least the side that doesn't look too bad right now, because the other side is a mess. So first things first, I'm gonna clean this room, reorganize my table, put some things aside, vacuum, and then I'm gonna start with the crocheting. I got this thing some time ago. It's like a transparent floor saber, I don't know what to call it in English. It's basically something to put under my chair, because this is wooden floor and the chair makes scratches. So I'm gonna place this one under the chair instead of this carpet. Also, don't mind this box there. This is currently my bin. I thought maybe to actually crochet a bin, that would be really cool, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna vacuum this place now and put this thing on the floor. Now you're probably wondering, have you really glammed up just to clean your room and to crochet? And the answer is yes. If there's one thing I wish you're gonna take away from this video is, even if you're working from home, get ready as if you would leave the house. For me, that was the game changer, because I'm immediately motivated to do something when I get myself ready. I'm just so much more productive throughout the day, because it feels like I'm actually at work, kind of, instead of I'm home sitting on the couch crocheting. It's like, I'm gonna get ready because I have things to do. I'm gonna crochet, I'm gonna write a pattern, and I'm gonna post a video about it. So for me, glamming up and getting ready is really helpful to keep focused on the work, because you know, that's the thing I feel like every one of us is struggling with. You grab your phone because you just wanted to check on an email or whatever, and then you, just like that, are scrolling on TikTok for the past hour. And because I start the day with the thought that I'm going to work and this is the plan and that's what I'm gonna do today, let's just say a little less on social media, just scrolling, because I forgot what I initially wanted to do on my phone. And with that said, I'm totally ready to keep working on the Raya tube top. This is what the Raya tube top looks like. Basically, it's a simple tube top worked with half double crochets. Please don't mind my ends hanging. But what I personally don't like about tube tops is that they sometimes are not as supportive as I wish they would be. So here's what I did for this specific project. I basically just did some ribbing in the back, so it's really stretchy. I started the pattern, but first I have to film the tutorial. Now, if you know my pattern writing style, you know that I personally just don't like including photos in the pattern, because I myself prefer to work with videos. Of course, also for the aesthetics of the pattern, I do little illustrations and eventually stitch charts, but For any further information, I always film a tutorial video where I explain every step again. And to be honest, I got quite some hate for that because apparently photos is what you have to put in your pattern, but you know, I don't know, I don't like that, so I'm not gonna do that. So I started the second Raya tube top to make some changes because as you can see in the back, the connecting stitch I did from like the base and the ribbing is really stretched out after wearing, I don't know, twice. And this is what I have so far. Now I'm gonna film the tutorial for the second part of the pattern. To create the ribbing is you're gonna work into, and the top is done. Since it's already so late, because filming this tutorial took me so long, I had to like redo a part because I realized that I missed some stitches. But I have to decide now. I think I'm gonna start with the content creation now and then work on the pattern later when it's dark, when I don't need the sun to be out to film. Okay, so I filmed some videos. I still have to add the text, caption, hashtags, music, whatever, but I'm gonna deal with that later. Creating content is sometimes my favorite thing to do and sometimes just the worst. And I'm trying to avoid it, which is happening right now. But while filming, I was thinking something really crazy, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show you this week in this video, but it has to do with sewing thread. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet because I have to think about it, if maybe it's not too crazy. Now I'm just gonna continue working on the crochet pattern. Good morning, it's 6:20 in the morning. I'm on my way to work because I still have a normal job. You just gotta do what it takes to let your dreams come true. And if that means to still go to a job, then that means I'm just gonna have a job. It's a part-time job, so it's nothing dramatic. I still have lots of time to work on my business. It's 5:56 p.m. and I'm kind of back home. So the first thing I'm gonna do now is be a responsible small business owner, and let me show you what I mean by that. So here's my friend that makes me pay taxes. I'm gonna feed him with some numbers from today, and that's how much I made today so far. So even though I was working today, I got some things done, like editing my new YouTube video idea. I would like to talk a little bit more about this whole business stuff, and I started with a video just talking a little bit about myself and how I ended up here basically. And I also got some pattern writing done on my lunch break because that's just what I do, right? I go to work and I keep working on my lunch break because that's the time where instead of just hanging on the phone, I use that time and try to get as much done as I can. So the initial plan was to do changes to my pink on the bandana top, but I'm not gonna do that today because I'm kind of exhausted. I'm just gonna keep working on the butter yellow first time sweater, I believe it's called. So this is how much there's left of the yarn so far. It seems like it might not be enough. Me again, plain yarn chicken, and this is what it looks like so far. So what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night is I'm gonna respond to some emails and messages, try to find something to post for tonight, and keep working on this beauty. Okay, it's Wednesday. I got home from work and I want to show you what I got done on my butter yellow sweater. I got really tired and so I just finished the neckline for the sweater, and I think it turned out quite good. I just have to like fold it and sew it together, just like that, right? I got quite some pattern writing done today in my lunch break. I'm kind of done with the pattern writing. I just have to add some little details, and I'm gonna do the pattern tester call tomorrow. For the rest of the night, I'm gonna keep working on the sweater and see you tomorrow.
Good morning, my friends. Again, on my way to work, and that's the fit of the day. See you later.
Good morning, it's Friday and it's already 10:30 a.m. I already responded to some emails and messages and did quite some content creation for the next days. So for today, the plan is to finish this project. I know it looks like just some yarn mess, but it's actually really cool. After finishing this project, I'm gonna keep editing the tutorial video for the Raya tube top crochet pattern, and will already create a little post that I'm gonna post later this day for the pattern tester call. Then I'm also gonna write down some of my long-term goals for like the next 6 months, and we'll do some sketching of new ideas, which I didn't do yesterday. So I'm gonna keep working on this one and we'll show you what it looks like later. Another thing I really would love for you to take away from this video is writing a to-do list. I know that I said that doing those to-do lists is nothing that I do regularly. It's more like whenever I feel like writing one. But to be honest, this week really showed me how helpful this is. Not just to organize the things that you want to do, also because sometimes when I have like this plan of what I want to do in my head, and then I'm not gonna do it because for whatever reason, I'm always feeling really bad. But with this list, first of all, I'm working so much more efficient, and second of all, whenever I know that I can't do that one thing today, then I'm just gonna move that to another day of the week. And that makes me personally feel so much better, because I know that even if I'm not doing it right now on this day, I'm for sure gonna do that later on that week. So I'm not feeling too bad about not doing things. I hope that makes sense. So I really recommend writing those weekly to-do lists. I actually finished the tutorial video for the crochet pattern for the Raya tube top. So I'm gonna post the pattern tester call tonight. I'm gonna create like a application form on Google Documents that I have all the information from my testers in like one place. So that makes it so much easier for me to like manage everything, also for later to have all their information saved. So there's that. But I keep getting comments on my TikTok videos from my sister telling me that I promised her to crochet her a bucket hat. So I'm gonna crochet a little piece and take a photo, send it to her to ask if the color combo is okay, and then start on that bucket hat for her, because if I'm not gonna do that right now, I'm never gonna do that. So she wanted pink and white. I'm gonna use my 4mm hook, and I'm just gonna hold the two yarn strands together. This is what it looks like. I'm basically just working single crochets in the round for now. I just sent her a picture and I'm waiting for her to say yes to the color. Good morning, it's Saturday and I'm about to finish the bucket hat for my sister, and will then decide if I want to frog or finish some shorts that I created like, I don't know, 2 months ago and just couldn't get back to that project. So I'm gonna decide if I want to keep it and finish it, or if I'm just gonna frog it and use the yarn for a different project. Anyways, here's my outfit of the day. I'm done with the bucket hat. This is what it looks like. I find it really cute, to be honest. I wasn't too sure about like the white and pink mix. Like, it looks a little crazy, but like from far away it looks actually really cool. So this is the project I was talking about, to frog or not to frog, and the project started actually quite good, but I had to frog and redo so many times. I just got exhausted because it never actually turned out how I wanted them to be. So yeah, let's just unravel these. Good morning, it's Sunday. It's officially my day off, let's say. I'm still gonna crochet today though, but I'm just gonna do whatever I want. So if I want to start a new project, I'm gonna do that. If I want to do nothing, then I'm gonna do that. Sundays are for whenever I feel like it projects. That's how I like to call them. It's like projects that I really want to do, but just don't want to stress myself about it. And that's mostly projects that I'm using a pattern for from some designer, where I eventually post some content but don't do any specific videos about it. It's like a project just for myself. That's what my Sundays are for, but I just didn't have enough motivation yesterday to continue filming this video, so I'm gonna do it today. So that's basically what a week of my life looks like as a crochet business owner. I know there's not too much about all this crazy business stuff. That's how my business works, since I am a pattern designer. Like, my actual business is to write the patterns and sell them, so there's no physical item that I can later then pack and ship and sell. It's a little different, but it definitely works. I know it looks a little chaotic and as if I wouldn't have a plan, and honestly, sometimes that actually is the case. This week was a really successful week. Just look at everything that I did this week. What I basically did was, I first of all filmed this video here. I finished writing a pattern and already did the tester call for it. I nearly finished the sweater project. So this is what it looks like. I ran out of yarn and I decided to actually buy another of these giant yarn balls to finish this project, because I looked through my yarn stash and there is no yarn that would like match the sweater. So if I'm gonna have to buy yarn, then I'm just gonna go get the right one, right? I also did work out some new ideas that I'm gonna be working on for the next weeks or months, who knows. And I worked on my long-term goals, which I feel like is really important, because in this big world and in the big world wide web, sometimes it seems like you're just so small and it's not going anywhere, but it actually is. You just have to see your achievements and recognize them, and to remind yourself that you are going somewhere. I feel like running a business is a lot about mindset. So yeah, that's what a week for me looks like. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on my socials, where I post more about everything that I create basically, and see you soon.